I am so humbled today to have this gathering with such the heavyweights, the celebrities, the guests. Just to count the experience, I am sure it will not be the 1,000 years, but it will be the 100,000 hours and the years and the days of experience today. The veteran like Vasu Sharabji is with us, our representing chair, Shri Sunil Sinha ji, the board of directors, the conveners. The today's gathering is a concept. It's not a program, it's not an event. It is a concept in its own. Where all the think tanks come together, think in one direction and not once, in a series, in a continuation, so that the discussion brings the outcomes. And that's where today our chief guest is Shri Ravi Kant ji. A big round of applause for our chief guest. Recently, as we celebrated the good governance at Indian Business and Professional Council, we redesigned, we restructured the membership categories. And not only that, why? Recategorization of the membership is not because of revenue, is not because of just increasing the number of members. Even it's not just decategorizing or delisting some of the members, not at all. The reason was how better we can be focused, how better we can align ourselves with the objectives, and how better we can play a bilateral role between Bharat and United Arab Emirates. In those membership categories, there are silver, gold. So previously it was a categorization that individual and corporate. We transformed towards the categories, the hierarchies, that silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. And before starting this event, and let me address the membership categorization and the link between the events as well. IBPC is proudly organizing towards 100 events in a year. In 2023, thank you. In 2023, we marked 70 plus. In 2024, almost 55. And then the board and the executive committee and the thought leaders came together, courtesy to Mr. Sunil Sinha and Ramesh Mahalingam present in this auditorium today, that we challenged ourselves whether that many events are required really. Do our members need that type of the traffic of the events? The answer was probably no. Then we focused, we categorized not only just the membership, but the events as well, where few of the events are marquee. Many of the events during the year can be focused to the sectors of the business events, networking events. So every event, every program will be focused towards an objective, towards a goal. And among those categorization or the structuring of the events, today the first event we are conducting on 1st of July. Fortunately, this is Chartered Accountants Day. This is Doctors Day as well. So congratulations, the famous doctor here, Dr. Brijesh Mittal is with us today at this auspicious occasion. Yes, IBPC is known with the good, rich experience and the participation of chartered accountants. So I will be making the mistake if I start taking the names. And Dr. Sequence, our past president, former president, Dr. Bharat Bhutani is also with the dais, in the auditorium today. So I will like to, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, there are many things, as he is highlighting that the participation, the programs, the types, what we are doing, the Capital Connect series. First time, the entire Indian diaspora came under one roof, where the CEO of Bombay Stock Exchange, the entire series was coordinated by Chartered Accountant Ramesh Mahalingam here. Almost 1,000 people participated throughout the day, including the university students. First time, the different nationalities all together came at one platform. That was a corporate quiz we conducted at very beginning of the program. The highest participation so far in the nominations we have recognized in such type of the program, where the cross-genders, the women participated a lot in that quiz, which was a surprising achievement for we all. And today, we are exclusive with the experience and the unique approach, which is being recognized worldwide, globally. I will not mention that now, because prior to that, there is another program. I will like to invite Mr. Chartered Accountant Iskandan Mahalingam. You have to drop your tea, sir, and come on the stage for a small felicitation as our lifetime member, the Diamond member. And I request Mr. Sunil Sinha to come on the stage and give this sustainable token of appreciation. So it's not a shield, it's not a book. And I remember when first time on 15th of August we did that, Vasubhai said that, यार ये कहाँ से खरीदा तुमने? मेरे यहाँ भी भिजवाइएगा. So, I will also like to join. In the same sequence, sir, I request Mr. Abdul Ghafoor to come on the stage. Mr. Abdul Ghafoor is a partner of Fine Tools Trading LLC, a Diamond member, taken his lifetime membership. This is the first time of the initiative what we have done. He is a leader in the industrial power tools, machines, construction equipments, hardware, and with us today, we are proud of you, Mr. Abdul Ghafoor, to take the lifetime membership of IBPC. May I also request Mr. Sujit Matthew, the lawyer by profession, ALB Matthew and Axelo Law. He is a founding partner of ALB Matthew, Abdul Aziz Al-Balushi Advocates and Legal Consultants, providing full and final, not final, my mistake, full and all services in the legal field. I intentionally made that mistake. So Siddhi ji, if you are laughing, you can laugh loudly.
I want to say a very, very big thank you to all the Diamond members for their support, for their involvement, and I invite them to participate actively in IBPC activities. Thank you very much, and we hope to see more Diamond members in the future. Thank you.
So kind of you, sir. And it is definitely a different and unique approach as we are acknowledging today. And I must acknowledge the presence of Vasubhai. Of course, from each desk, if I start, if I take the name of Vasubhai, late Sri Ram Bakshani ji cannot be forgotten. His daughter is with us today among the members. From DP World, Mr. Mishra ji, from Dubai Customs, Mr. Anand, from Retail Center of Sustainability, Mr. Adil Martin, from Asia Arab Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Wali, the Oracle's Legacy, Mr. Deepak, and each and every one of you, please forgive me if I am making the mistake. From the Philip Morris, Mr. Ashwin in the forum, the guests are here and eager to have the experience with a leader who is not only, let me put up a shairi over here. Because someone was mentioning कि यार जब आप आते हो तो आपकी शायरी जरूर आती है, तो शायरी नहीं, I will put up a कविता here. The कविता is कि अक्सर दुनिया के लोग समय में चक्कर खाया करते हैं, है वक्त बड़ा तूफान प्रबल पर्वत झुक जाया करते हैं, है वक्त नदी की बाढ़ कि जिसमें सब बह जाया करते हैं, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे होते हैं जो इतिहास बनाया करते हैं. एंड द इतिहास नैनो मोटर्स, टाटा मोटर्स के नैनो व्हीकल. आई वॉज ब्लेस्ड टू हैव a conversation with Sri Ravi Kant ji a day back, and first time came to know that target for Tata Nano was as equal to one plate of dinner in United States, means $2,500. That was the target. And that target was given to the gentleman, the leader who not only believes but has proven a very unique concept of leading from back and achieving the impossible. We are blessed to have that personality here, the former CEO and Managing Director of Tata Motors, having more than 50 years of corporate experience in extractive, consumer durable and automobile industries. In association with Tatas, he has led to generate revenue really impossible, but possible. How? From USD 1.5 billion to 39 billion United dollars. Really, it looks like a dream, but yes, someone can take that impossible vision with his experience, what he spent almost 15 years with Tata Motors, where he was the CEO and Managing Director, and later Vice Chairman of the board. He led the acquisition of Jaguar Land Rover, a very famous story, when someone mentioned that tandoori chicken can put up for that deal, and he made that deal possible. He participated in the acquisitions of Tata Daewoo, South Korea, and established Tata Motors in Thailand, followed by many more achievements. Prior to Tata Motors, Mr. Ravi Kant was director in consumer electronics on the board of Philips India. Someone in the social media, I was listening the social media clips, someone was asking him a question that how did you find the journey from Bajaj scooter to the Tata vehicles? So that type of the variety of the experience, and not only in the corporate, in regards to education, Mr. Ravi studied at Mayo College, Ajmer, did BTech honors at IIT Kharagpur, MSc in Management Techniques in Industry from Austin University, Birmingham, United Kingdom. He has received Distinguished Alumnus Award from Mayo, Life Fellowship from IIT, DSc Honorable conferred to him by Austin, and continuing this passion of education and academies, he has been industrial professor at the University of Warwick, UK, and distinguished professor at IIT Kharagpur. He has also taken an active interest in corporate bodies. He was the chairman of Audit Bureau of Circulations. I categorically wanted to mention that. Again, today is the auditor's day, the chartered accountant's day, and I found him the family connect, not from the education, but yes, from the profession, where he has been chairman of the Audit Bureau. executive member of the board of CII. Many awards. If I continue reading, then that half an hour slot of the speech, of the keynotes, what we allocated for Mr. Ravi Kant ji will be shortened. I will be occupying that space in that regard. But I must say that Mr. Ravi takes an active interest in corporate education, health areas. Happy Doctors in Chartered Accountants Day to you, Mr. Ravi Kant ji, and his association and contribution in leadership as chairman of IIM Rohtak and IIT Allahabad has been remarkable. He has been in the advisory board of IIT Mumbai and Kharagpur, as well as in the board of National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, the Center of Extractive Industry at the Earth Institute, Columbia University, New York, Chicago, and Chicago. He has been in the board. He has been in the board of Business School, National University of Singapore. So east to west, south to north, if I say कि कुछ लोग इतिहास बनाने वाले होते हैं, this is the personality among us who has made the histories. And in this 21st century, when he wrote many chapters in the books, a unique philosophy of leading from the back. I'm sure many of us would have taken a picture outside with the media wall, where we mentioned that leading from the back and to achieve the impossibles is a signature book authored by Mr. Ravi Kant, and that is based on his learnings of 5 decades, and not just in previous past, which is, he believes, and certainly we will also start believing on that which is highly relevant style of leadership of 21st year. So, Mr. Ravi Kant, please come on stage, and we are eager, and this next half an hour, or your choice is yours, sir.
Well, good evening, friends. Thank you for very generous introduction, Satyajit. But I'm really truly delighted and humbled to be amongst such a distinguished gathering who have, all of you have done extremely well in your own professions, from doctors and accountants to lawyers and whatnot, and businessmen, of course. So I've been given this opportunity to share some thoughts. And thoughts, as Satyajit has mentioned, is about leadership. Leadership is one thing which is pervasive. Whatever you do, it is required. Even in a family, leadership is required. In fact, I have had 95 interactions. This is my 96th interaction in a little over a year. And many people have asked me, why do you keep talking about corporates? It's applicable to families also. And I had to say, yes, it is. So leadership is a very pervasive thing. And it kind of enhances whatever you are doing. It's not a substitute to anything. It is a pervasive thing. And it enhances whatever you're doing. And therefore, whatever I may be sharing, you may find something, part of it, either you're already applying, you may find very useful. My focus will be on corporates, because that's where I come from, that's my origin. But as I said, it is applicable across. So why am I talking about leadership? As I mentioned to you, in corporates, leadership has been there, but you may not know that corporates are only about 200, 250 years old. Although we think that they have been there forever, but it's not so. Corporates came into being only after Industrial Revolution. After the 18th century, basically Industrial Revolution in the UK and Europe, that there was a need for organizations to build up, and therefore there was a need for corporate leadership. Before that, it was all happening in small places, consumption was happening in villages and all that, small areas. So nothing was required, everybody knew each other. But what Industrial Revolution did was to de-link the place of production from place of consumption. It de-linked the place of production from place of consumption in the sense that I could produce at one place so much and I could then distribute in a short period of time across. And that was a fantastic thing. And what it did, thanks to coal and electricity and all that, it required establishment of large organizations. It required structure to be given. It required a person to lead. All that. And what is it in Europe in 17th and 18th century? What kind of models they had? There are two models. One was Catholic Church and the other was military. And for obvious reasons, they chose military because military is more kind of more specific and more going forward. So what was the model used by military at that point in time? The military model was leading from the front. Now all these leadership businesses, like many other things, it's all contextual. If context is this, then I'll have this. If the context changes, I need to change, as we all know. It's like this, if it's summer season, then we need to have just shirts, you know. And if there's a winter season, then I need to put on jackets and cover ourselves very well. So it's similarly for other things like products you make. So leadership is also contextual. So that was the context. So the military, if we want to understand the military context, we need to go about 2,500 years ago. And why 2,500 years ago? Because that was the first time written military history is found. And that is the time of Alexander the Great. You all have heard of Alexander the Great. He became king at the age of 20. Established the largest transcontinental empire at the age of 30 in 10 years' time. His guru was famous Aristotle. So he had both the brains and the bronze, and therefore clever military strategist. He's called the Great because he never lost a battle. He never lost a battle. And as you know, he came to the edge of India and then went back for various reasons. I won't go into that. So what is the context at that point in time? They had swords, and they had javelins, and they had horses. So in this kind of context, if you have to lead from the front. Because you got to show to the troops how brave you are, how intelligent you are. People should see you physically. And he was a great example of that. And that was followed by Roman Empire and everybody else, Napoleon and all this. But cut to today, you are having so many wars around in the last couple of years. Let's take Ukraine war. Do you think the generals or the people who are conducting the war, they are in the front? They are not in the front. Where are they? They are either sitting in Moscow or Kyiv or Brussels or Washington, D.C. or what you have. So because the context has changed, the leadership style has also undergone change. You don't need bronze today. You need brains today. Why? Because the technology has enabled them to do some things which were not possible even 20 years ago or 30 years ago. As you know, the whole Ukraine war is being fought on manless drones and now missiles. And now maybe tomorrow it will fall from space. Who knows? And therefore, the whole context is changed. In that context, therefore, the style of leadership has undergone change in military and is rapidly undergoing change. Rapidly. So, the intelligence you don't get from sending a guy there, a guy there. That's also there, but it's not in that. That's not the exclusive domain. Now you can spy from satellites, you can spy from something else, you can spy from something. Similarly, in case of corporates also, the context is changing. So what I would talk about is three things internal and three things external. You know, when you start with any new initiative, you start with very high purpose, you start with all the good things and nice things, and we have seen in our lives. But over a period of time, they start accumulating some negatives. And I feel corporates have accumulated some negatives in last 150, 200 years, which were mainly governed by first Europe, and then last 100 years has been the US all the way, as we all know. So what are the three negative things that corporates have accumulated? I'll pick three things. Number one is a single-minded focus on money. Single-minded focus on money to the exclusion of everything else, as if nothing else matters. Organizations are only shareholder value, shareholder value, shareholder value, nothing else. As if they've grown out of vacuum. As if the society has not helped them, as if the industry has not helped them, as if nobody has helped them. They have done it on their own. Nothing can be further from the truth. Now, mind you, I'm not decrying money. Money is important. Money is important for everybody, for organizations to grow. But a single-minded focus to excluding everything is not good. And what has happened, it has reached its extreme. And because it has reached extreme, it has created huge inequality in society, huge inequality. At some places, you are becoming billionaires and trillionaires. That's what the goal is. And at some places, people can't even pay for their houses or cars. So as this is a kind of a closed room discussion, I'll talk about something. But first is this. You cannot have a system where whole society benefits at the expense of part of the society which is in distress. It's like this, if in this room there are 6 tables and people around 6 tables, and you have something where all the 6 people on the 6 tables are benefiting, but people on these 2 tables are having a very, very hard time. So what do you think is going to happen? IBPC, if you have this situation, what will happen? It will destroy the organization. And that's exactly happening in societies all across the world. Mr. Trump, in fact, in my view, is a consequence of that. You can't have the whole of the USA benefiting to cheap prices and other things, and a part of the society is totally distressed. And therefore, he is appealing to them. Number 2 is, in our pursuit for efficiency and productivity, and that is, mind you, again, is very important for growth and for innovation and for evolution. But you cannot, in pursuit for growth, you cannot have productivity and efficiency which dehumanizes human beings. You cannot have. We have been having it. But again, it has reached the pendulum has swung to the extreme, where human beings are being treated as not as human beings, but as a piece or item which I can throw out 20,000 people today. I don't care what happens to them. I can remove 100,000 people. Again, it has gone to that extent that the society is in different parts, it is under great distress. Great distress. So these are the two things I have said so far, which are, I think, extremely imbalanced today in the corporate world. And the third part is that there is a glorification, or I would say over glorification of leadership. What does it mean? As if the leader, we ascribe everything to the leader. And that's how the society has got built up. One person, everything, he's the God. Everything is because of him. The way he's promoted, the way he's out there in the social media, the way he's in the covers of all the magazines or everywhere else. That's the way he's acknowledged as the leader, the way he's given rewards and achievements. Nothing can be further from the truth. We all know one person cannot do. Unless the society enables, unless the organization enables, unless the industry enables, one person cannot do. Even the one person thinks events like a sports person today. He cannot be a top sports person till he has got support from a whole lot of people today. A surgeon cannot be successful unless the surgeon has support of so many other people. So things have gone such to extreme that this has to reverse. This has to reverse. And mind you, I've been, as people have said, I've also had corporate leadership. And this is my observation. And this over-glorification needs to become de-glorified. All three things that I've talked about have reached such an extreme that the pendulum has to swing back. That's the rule of life. The pendulum swings this way, and then it has to come this way. It has to find its own balance. So these are three things internally wrong with corporates. And when I say corporates, you can include others. And three things externally which have changed, especially in this century, 21st century, where these kind of things can't work at all. Number one is too much uncertainty, unpredictability, disruptions everywhere. They could be natural calamities. They could be man-made calamities, like we talked about. There could be technological disruptions. Earlier times, if one thing disruption happened, maybe after 5 years, 6 years, another disruption would happen. So society was able to manage it. You could recover and then manage it. Suppose one depression came in economy. So next one will come after 7 years. So you have time for adjustment. But today what's happening, especially in the last 20 years, is all these are happening one after another, unexpectedly, at the same time, without any warning, and therefore it has no time for adjustment. So in this kind of thing, the so-called hierarchical, pyramidal organization, which is very good for a stable thing, where roles are defined, everything is defined, cannot work. And therefore, you need to have a very adaptable, flexible, reactive, anticipatory kind of organization. A rigid organization will shake and break away. It's like this: if you have constructed a building and suddenly earthquakes start coming, the building will fall down. And so you need to build flexibility in the system. You got to have that. That's one. Number two is the explosion in information, especially in the last 20 years, especially in the last 2 years or 5 years. It's so huge, so it is impossible for one guy to be seized of all the information. A professor at he at MIT, he's also senior advisor to Google. He mentioned few years ago that the rate of progress is doubling every decade. What it means is a century of progress gets condensed in 1 month at today's rate of progress. I'll repeat that. A century of progress can be condensed in a month at today's rate of progress. That's how the increase has been. That was before ChatGPT and all that. Now it can be done in a week's time perhaps, and tomorrow it can be done instantaneously. God knows. It's impossible for one person to be seized of all that and take action. And therefore, you need to have distributed leadership. You need to have many people who will take things here, take things here, take things here, and then you all put it together and take a collective decision. So you can't have a rigid hierarchical organization. You can't have one person at the top. The so-called leading from the front type of leadership is gone. Those days are over. And sooner we understand that, the better it will be for us. Because this is the trend which is coming. We are in the midst of something big changes. If we don't adapt ourselves, we'll be gone tomorrow. We'll die a kind of a slow death, so to say. And the third one, which is, I would say, really a game changer, is the change in demographics. We somehow manage whatever it is, our position, our thinking was different. You talk to today's millennials or Gen Z, that means your children or your grandchildren in your own family, and talk to them whether they would like to work under a command control type of system. What do you think the answer will be? It is unanimous no. I have tested this out at business schools. I have tested this out on groups of distinguished people like you. I have tested this out in companies. I have tested this out at different places in India, in the UK, Singapore, Dubai, everywhere. And the answer is same, no. If our children or grandchildren are not going to accept it, what the hell do you think is a chance for anybody else to? Therefore, that kind of leadership has to give way. We've got to have a more genuine, authentic type of leaders. Then only you can have. Because if you don't change, first of all, the merit people will not join you, or if they join you, they will not stay with you. So I suggest that sooner all of us can think that it is happening, it's upon us, the better it is. You must have heard of things like black swans. Black swans are things, events which occur. You know it is there, but you don't know. It's like black swans. They occur. But you don't think they occur because you have never seen them. The kind of things I'm talking about is called grey rhinos, which you know that it is there. You are seeing it coming, but you are not able to do anything. So these changes which I'm talking about are like grey rhinos. They are coming over to you, but you are unable to change yourself. But my advice, my sincere request, my sincere this thing is, I think the sooner you understand it, the better it is for each one of you. And that's what I'm really talking about. That's what my life's passion today has become. Single most important thing in my life. I feel time has come for us to change. Time has come for us to look at different type of leadership. And therefore, it is based on this thinking that I have co-authored a book called Leading from the Back to Achieve the Impossible. It's a parable, it's a story, it's a fable. It's not a management jargon. Simple story, 120 pages. In a simple softcover book, costing less than $300, with co-authored from two American authors. Haji? Huh? 15 dirhams, okay. But it is a distillation of what I have gone through in my life. And the more I think about it, more convinced I am that this is the right thing. And that's why, even at this ripe old age, I'm going around traveling at my cost everywhere to propagate the philosophy. It's not about the book. I'm not selling the book, incidentally. You can buy it from Amazon or anywhere. The philosophy of leadership, what it should be. And it's very simple, actually, to say. It consists of 3 parts. One is, how should I be? 2 is, how should I deal with the team? And 3rd is, how should I deal with the task? How means I, team and I together, how should I deal with the task? Each has got 3 components, simple ones. How should I be? Have an open mind. Take ownership. It doesn't matter whether you are financial owner or not. Take ownership of the task that you have. And at the same time, be detached. Be detached. You are not doing it because you want to get millions of rupees. You are not doing it because you want to get the next promotion. You are doing it because you should be doing it, period. Other things will come in its wake. And by being detached, you are able to think in a more rational manner. You're not kind of going up and down with all the successes in this thing. You are able to take a more rational decision. And I think it comes somewhat more easily to people from our country, if I may say so. How should I deal with the team? Build trust. Collaborate and leverage strengths. 3 things. Build trust, collaborate, and leverage strengths. Again, all very simple. All very simple, but difficult to do. Third one is, together, how do we deal with the task? So don't go by the past. Keep past in your knowledge, but look at the opportunities. And you people are great examples of that. Why are you in Dubai? You are in Dubai because you're looking at the opportunity. And you're trying to leverage the opportunity. But you can do it even more. And how to do it? Once you have fixed the goal there, then you work backwards. Second thing is you work backwards from what I call outside in, from outside in. And you'll find that it's not easy to do that thing by outside in because you won't reach. And that forces you to think out of box. That forces you to be innovative. That forces you to take help and opinion from others because you don't want to leave your mission. And therefore, after that, you look outside in. And third part in that is be tough softly. Means as far as reaching your goal is concerned, be tough. But as far as people are concerned, treat them softly. That's what I call be tough softly. So it's a very simple thing. Very difficult to do, as I said. Because, so in one line, if I was to say what is leading from the back, it is your ability to create very powerful teams. Very simple thing. Your ability to create very powerful teams. And that ability is based on one important thing, and which is called TRUST, trust. I have worked in 7 organizations, each in a different industry. of which I had no knowledge of. Now you can imagine, everybody in the organization which I am entering is far more knowledgeable and far more technically competent than I am. But for some stroke of luck or somebody's thinking, I happen to come into that organization. What do I do? How do I contribute? And I can tell you something magical happened at each place, whether it's Tata Motors or Philips or Vespa or Titan watches or wherever. So what happened? So I have been thinking about this because I was doing things I did not know. It's called leading from the back till 4 years ago. I was doing intuitively what I thought I should be doing correctly. Till some great guru of advertising, when I asked him, how do you describe my way of working? So he said, Ravi, you lead from the back. That's the first time I heard this. And then started deconstructing what it means, and the book is the result of that. So I was been thinking, what were they doing? And finally it came down to, you were able to build big teams. And it's the same team, same people, mind you. Same people who are castigated for company not doing well, who 2 years later are being praised for doing extraordinary things. Same people, same group of people. Because I went into each company by myself, not with the coterie of my so-called loyalists and confidants. Same people. So therefore, the lesson in this is that people are not bad. But if you are able to create trust, and trust does not come, it takes time. And not by talking, by behavior. I call trust consistent integrity. Consistent integrity. Integrity you can show once or twice. That won't bring trust. Your DNA should be integrity. It should be consistent. It should actually become predictable. That means if you come with a problem, this person knows that what is going to be the answer. That is honesty, that is transparency, that is equity, that is fair play. That will become predictable. Once you become predictable, slowly and slowly people will start come in your camp, come in your camp. It takes time. It takes time. You got to show great humility. You got to keep trying. But once you have got it, I can tell you, it's amazing. It is amazing. And this team can do impossible tasks. That is why the title of the book is Leading from the Book to Do the Impossible. You can do impossible things. My only suggestion would be, try it out. If you don't want to be taking a big risk, don't do it for a whole thing. Try out in a small part of your business or organization. And then see what happens. Whether you are running a 6-person organization or 60,000-person organization, doesn't matter. Because people have come back to me, both of 6-person or 600 people or 6,000 people. In the last 1 year, as I said, I've had nearly 95, 96 interactions. Many people have started adapting it and saying what wonderful life they are now leading by doing this. And therefore, people start saying, okay, I understand, I want to do it. How do I do it? So in the last couple of months, I've kind of put together a group of people, like-minded people, who believe in it. And they are acting as kind of a resource to go and help others, do explain, hand-holding, and that kind of things. So early days yet, but we have got 4 or 5 organizations, 5 organizations who are doing it. We have got some more people associated with this. More people are coming, gathering. And I'm sure it will, I'm hoping, that's my hope, fond hope, and that's the mission I'm living for, that it becomes a movement. Because it's not about Ravi Kant, it's not about this. It's about this is an idea whose time has come. And therefore, sooner we realize it and put ourselves in the trend of change which is happening, I think better it will be. So that's all I had to share with you. Thank you very much. If there are any questions or any explanations, please ask me. I'm sorry I did not give supporting examples of what is open mind, what is this. It will take long time, but if there are any questions, through those questions, I'll be glad to kind of bolster up whatever I've been saying.
Sir, may I request
Yeah, sure.
you to have seat and because
ठीक है बैठ जाएंगे Yes, sir. Dr. Mittal.
Sorry. Thanks a lot for an excellent discourse on leadership. So now we are all bombarded with AI, and how the AI will change the leadership. In what way do you think it can affect?
In fact, if at all, what I'm saying becomes even more important. Because as you know, with AI there are a lot of benefits. No question of that. It's a tool which enables us to go much higher. But also there are many drawbacks. And one of the big drawbacks is, suppose I'm asking a question through AI, that question is being answered by what is available in the domain. And therefore it is not telling me something new to discover. And through that also, we are now flooded with fake news, as we all know. We don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is fake, what is real. And therefore, in this sea of fake news, if at all, trust is become even more important. If you ask me, which is the most valuable thing in today's time, it's not gold or platinum or shares, but it is trust, which is at a great discount. So can you imagine if in this, where we are awash with this kind of dirty things, if some of us can get together and create this thing, what change we can make? We'll be swimming against the current, so to say. But you can do big things only when you swim against the current. This kind of thing. And that's what I'm saying. It's like being honest. Once you've decided that you want to be honest, then you have no other option. Your only decision-making time is to decide you want to be honest, you don't want to be honest. Once you have decided, after that you don't have an option. Then you have to sacrifice many things. You have to do many things. But you got to then stick to being honest. That's all I'm saying. Similarly in this.
Much, Doctor. Yeah, I'm coming because it is Doctors Day and Chartered Accountants Day. In the doctor's field, the well-reckoned personality has already raised the question. And the second, or immediate, without making any discrimination, if I go back, the person who has connected almost 10,000 chartered accountants together is in this auditorium. And I have to mention him because he is our auditing committee as well. And the person is Mr. Naveen Sharma. So the mic has already reached to him. And Naveenji, I know that you are also controlling from the back. Leading or controlling, there can be difference. But please, go ahead.
Good evening. Thanks for the thought-provoking management lesson. When I saw your book displaying here, I just took a picture, and I have not used the chat GPT because most of the people are using. So I use Gemini. And most of the information it has already given.
Wow.
Then it is on us. It has given more information about your second book, go third, and other thing. What is happening today, sir, is unprecedented in this world. The team concept is changed. Now, the most important team member is your non-financial. It may be a bot, it may be a robot, it may be with you, it may be somewhere else. You cannot form any team today without a non-human. The computer, ChatGPT, Gemini, and something else is very much part of your team. And the team is not physically present with you. A team, today if I see my department or where I work, is in 3-4 different countries, many different time zones, different weekends, and this is a new normal. As we have an unprecedented kind of work culture, which has never seen by the human history, the concept which is always there in my mind, many people is talking about, is reverse mentoring. Reverse mentoring. It means if I have to take a mentor, the first option, I'm convinced, I was not there 5 years back, is to find somebody half of my age. So if I am 57, I should have somebody in the age of 27, 28, because the most of the concepts are outdated. If we rely on the experience, if we rely on the physical interaction, if we rely on the wisdom, what is happening, the world has changed so fast. And not many people are talking about. So what do you think about the reverse mentoring and how we have to age well so that we are relevant and we can deliver wherever we are working or we are earning for ourselves? Your views, sir.
Thank you. So you have raised 2 points. Thank you for raising 2 very, I would say, pertinent and relevant questions of these times. You talked about reverse mentoring and you talked about how to keep ourselves fit and this thing for this age. So when I have a problem in my computer, I don't use computer though, in my cell phone or something there. Who do I go to? Reverse mentoring, I go to my granddaughters. That's what we all do, is it not? We go to our children or grandchildren. Bhai, ye bata do ye kaisa hai? And for them it's like fish and water. You may be struggling that for 5 hours and they'll do it in 5 seconds. So they are our mentors. Because they were born in this age. I have to change and adapt. But they are born in this age. So it comes naturally to them. And there's nothing wrong with it. So if I can do it in family, surely I can do, if I see an extended group like this, I should be able to do. In an organization where I'm there, I should be able to do. What stops us from doing it? So whether you call it reverse mentoring or by any other thing, that's what I'm talking about, distributed leadership. You got to have leaders who can pick things out and therefore you are able to have a collective decision making. If you don't do it, if you are thinking you are the expert, you are the dada of the world will fall from the perch in not too distant a future. So that's one. Number 2 is, and this is very important, what you're talking about, because one of the biggest challenges which corporates are finding today is actually mentoring. But they're afraid to go. And therefore, peer-to-peer mentoring has become a big thing now, exploding. But that peer-to-peer mentoring will also have a limited shelf life. Because that peer is also old. And therefore, you got to keep going down and down and down and down. And that's where you're finding that now you get 16-year-olds, 18 years old, 20 years old doing fantastic things. And you got to give them opportunity to young generation. You got to give them freedom. You got to give them space. You got to give them, you can't bind them. You can't restrict them. And they will do wonderful things. They'll do wonderful things. So mentoring, whether you call it reverse or anything, in a universal way is extremely important in today's time because you cannot know everything that is happening around. That's one. How to keep yourself fit? I think both physically and mentally you got to keep yourself active. Doctors are here, so I wouldn't like to speak on their behalf. But what I practice, I'm telling you. I'm here standing in front of you. Thanks to God Almighty. And whatever I do, some regular stuff, whether it is walking for an hour and a half, or doing yoga, or doing mental things, you keep doing and control its output, input. You got to keep your weight. So exercise करके आप output निकालो, input कम करो, खाना कम खाओ, control खाओ. That's what it is. In simply, it is this. So you got to, if you have decided you want to reduce 10 kgs weight, that's the only decision you have to take, as I said, in life. You want to reduce 10 kgs weight, so what you have to do? And each person's chemistry is different. So you got to shed energy, and you have to reduce intake of energy. It's simple arithmetic. Once you find that what happens to you in your case, then you do it. I took this task myself, I'll reduce 10 kgs a year ago. And I found that for that I needed to walk at least an hour and a half, 1 hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, and reduce my intake at breakfast time or dinner time little bit, and eating before 6:30, and leaving off lunch as many days as possible. Only when some friends and people come, you have lunch. And I've been able to achieve almost that kind of target. So I'm saying it is true for everybody. You decide, I want to go to Mount Everest. That's the only decision you have to take. After that, everything is given. To do that, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 period. As I was talking to a doctor, he said, heart attacks can be prevented. And not enough attention is paid, because everybody is paid for curing, not for preventing. So preventing is in each in our hands. You have to follow certain methods which are simple, commonsensical, and you can prevent heart attacks. As you said, Dr. Bittal said, but heart attacks are preventable. So if it is preventable, why don't we prevent? But it is up to each individual to say, okay, prevention means doing 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 things, do it. So that's all I'm talking about. If you want to keep healthy, if you want to keep this thing, it's good. It's good. At least you start feeling good also. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Thank you. Such a lovely conversation is going on. But many stories are left behind also, like that tandoori chicken I mentioned, Jaguar I mentioned, the nano vehicle I mentioned. I said that histories are made, बाढ़ आती हैं, तूफान आते हैं, बादल टूटते हैं, पहाड़ चटकते हैं, many things. But the stories what we are listening to today, the doctor is saying, yes, preventive. One of the chief head of the auditing department of one of the largest organization of UAE, Mr. Naveen Sharma, the risk assessment, what he does, and he also says, highlights the risk. The people in the auditorium, like President of Taxation Society, he also mentions, Nimesh, I'm talking about you. The other guy, the CEO of Barjil Geojit, the risk assessment about the ups and downs of the market, the building material, the construction guy, Rajiv, and many more. How many others are having the question? Can you please raise your hands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any more from the ladies? 7. No, I ask hands, not the gardan. But I cannot take those questions now. Yeah. Reason being कि I am recollecting one story. Childhood का एक वाक़या है, वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट आते थे दूरदर्शन पर. तो एक आता था कि 60 साल के बूढ़े या 60 साल के जवान. एडवर्टाइजमेंट था डाबर का च्यवनप्राश. And I think that stories he already explained that when the 10 kg target was there. So whom I should say. Yeah, okay, then I have to respect a guest here, and let me mention about the guest. He is a barrister from London, from England and Wales, Mr. Stephen Perrion Casey. He is distinguished legal professional, celebrated his expertise as a King's Counsel under the royal degree of England and Wales. Mr. Stephen Perrion is here, so a big round of applause to him. And yes, sir, a short and crispy question, because if the lawyers start debating, 2 days the CAs and doctors day, that itself the 2 questions had been good enough. But the lawyers start, then I'm sure that this तारीख पर तारीख आने वाली हैं.
Yeah.
So, but still, please.
Thank you, Doctor. Brevity is an art these days. Can I ask you this question? Over the generation of decades that you've led Tata into progress, looking back now, what qualities do you look for the next generation of leaders? And how can they prepare themselves for large-scale responsibilities like you have been doing?
I think that doesn't change, whatever I've said. No, you need to have confidence in yourself, definitely. And you need to explore new grounds. But at the same time, you must understand that you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. And that realization many times comes rather late in the day for these people. By that time, probably it's too late. And therefore, let's take startups. Very good, they're thinking big, they're changing the world, all that. But I've seen in my experience that they begin to also feel at that young age that they know everything. What other people come after 40 years or 50 years experience, they at 18 or 20 or 21 begin to feel that as far as this is concerned, they know everything. It may be true also in some cases. But in most cases, it's not true. And therefore, if they were to take advice from a broader range of people, their decision making will be much better. So that is one big advice I've got for younger people, that open your mind. Don't be close-minded. Open your mind and see. As I'm asking older people to open their mind, and as you know, as you're older, you get more close-minded you become. I'm giving the same advice to the younger person, because he says, no, or what I'm saying is the right thing. What does this fellow 50-year-old guy think? He doesn't know anything. And therefore, I am advising them also to keep your mind open. That's very important. Number 2 is, for them, startups, dilution. Dilution means lack of control or giving up control in a way. And they feel, no, I can't give up control. So many times there is a huge conflict between growth and keeping control and growth. So unless you give up control, you can't grow. Organization, not you, organization cannot grow. And that's the dilemma faced by a lot of young people when they're saying, no, I don't want to give up this thing. If I do this, I'll lose control. So my advice is that, is it control you are after, or is it the purpose you are after? Be clear in your mind. What is the goal you have set for yourself? Go after it and do whatever, as I have said earlier. Once you fix the goal, then look outside in. To achieve that, what is required to be done, then rest everything is immaterial. So if you follow that, I think something good will happen. You will get more rational, more balanced approach. And I said, have a sense of detachment. Have ownership, but also have a sense of detachment. So whatever I've got here are simple truths which are applicable, in my view. The more I think, the more people tell me is they are universally applicable. And therefore, it will be good for them, if you know some people, you can present them a copy of my book. Maybe it will do them some good. Thank you.
The time for dinner, खाना और गाना दोनों आने वाला है. But before that, may I request Mr. Sunil Sinha and Mr. Ramesh Mahalingam to come on the stage for the felicitation, and the barrister, Mr. Barrister, we request you also to come on the stage and join us.
May I request Chetna ji and Siddhi to please come on the stage
Chetana ji and Siddhi ji to
and recognize Mr. Ravi Kant. Please come on the stage. Sir,
switch the mic.
Good evening once again. I am conscious I'm standing between you and a plated dinner, and so I'm going to keep this short. Our chief guest and speaker, Shri Ravi Kant ji, our honored guests of this evening, our members and leaders, thanks are due and apologies accrued. Sorry, it's Chartered Accountants Day. For whatever shortcomings there might have been. On behalf of IBPC, we would like to thank Shri Ravi Kant ji for his profound thoughts, very lucidly delivered. A number of concepts that we've all known but never strung together in this very easily relatable manner, such that we can practically go out and start implementing them. That delivered in a capsule form within the space of a short talk. I think that's what this evening was, made this evening a delightful evening. He took us right from the days of Alexander the Great, the Industrial Revolution, how the place of production and the place of consumption were divorced thanks to the revolution, and took us all the way through to what's wrong with the modern corporates. Therein lies a lesson for IBPC as well. My takeaway is our chairman's slogan for IBPC, shared leadership, I think fits in very nicely with his lesson. Leading from the back, distributed leadership. IBPC, wittingly or unwittingly, is following your footsteps, Ravi Kant ji. The grey rhinos, the anecdotes, the challenges corporates face, the need for us to be adaptable, flexible as organizations, the information explosion, the change in demographics, Gen Z, and how we're looking at reverse mentoring. The how should I lead? How should I deal with my team? How should we together deal with the task? A number of very practical questions were put forth by our speaker, and equally lucid answers. Ravikantji, one place I might disagree with you is that even in the hottest of summers in Dubai, we wear jackets. We are going away this evening much richer in thought than we came into this hall an hour ago. Yeah? So please give Ravi Kant ji a big round of applause. Thank you, sir. After all, it's very easy to accumulate experience, but to give it back, deliver it in an envelope is no mean achievement. And if you will excuse me, I have been taking notes, not very mindful of my co-members at the table. Apologies for that. Thank you to Dr. Sahitya Chaturvedi for setting the tone. Your kavitas and shares are aitihasik. Thank you to the IBPC office team, the duo of Amitabha and Shagufta for putting together the evening at relatively short notice. To our PR partners, the Guild, for making sure all the arrangements in terms of the PR are in place. The Taj Hotel's tireless team, event in, event out, all of it going through smoothly. And above all of you in the audience, the leaders, the members who made the evening happen. Thank you, everyone. And may the peer mentoring morph into tier mentorship. That is the younger tier. Yeah? With that, I'd like to call Dr. Sahitya Chaturvedi back to announce dinner. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for the accurate note and then thanking conclusion. Of course, the aitihasik conclusion I can say again. The evening is going to be again aitihasik because we have a playback singer among us, Miss Shobhana. She is going to take a musical evening along with the nice dinner being served on the tables. And you may have a little break or continue the dinner as at your choice. And then we can have the group photographs. The photographers are here and there. And I also thank the Yardstick for preparing such a lovely, beautiful screen together. Yeah. So Shobhana, the mic is yours.
कुछ सामा तुम्हारे पास पड़ा है, मेरा कुछ सामा तुम्हारे पास पड़ा है, वो दिल रखे हैं और मेरे हाथ में लिपटी रात पड़ी है, वो रात बुझा दो, मेरा वो समा लौटा दो, वो रात बुझा दो, मेरा वो समा लौटा दो, मेरा कुछ सामा तुम्हारे पास पड़ा है, हो सावन के कुछ भीगे भीगे दिन रखे हैं और मेरे एक हाथ में लिपटी रात पड़ी है, वो रात बुझा दो, मेरा वो समा लौटा दो, पतझड़ है कुछ है ना, हम पतझड़ में कुछ पत्तों के गिरने की आहट, कानों में एक बार पहन के लौट आई थी, पतझड़
वक्त बहता है, वक्त बदलता है, लेकिन कुछ गीत वक्त के साथ मानो ठहर जाते हैं।
एक अकेली छतरी में जब आधे आधे भीग रहे थे, हाँ, एक अकेली छतरी में जब आधे आधे भीग रहे थे, आधे सूखे आधे गीले, सूखा तुम्हें ले आई थी। गीला मन शायद बिस्तर के पास पड़ा हो, वो भिजवा दो, मेरा वो समा लौटा दो। एक सौ सोलह चांद की रातें, एक तुम्हारे कांधे का दिल। हाँ, 116 चांद की रातें, एक तुम्हारे कांधे का दिल। गीली मेहंदी की खुशबू, झूठ मूठ के शिकवे कुछ, झूठ मूठ के वादे भी सब याद करा दूं, सब भिजवा दो, मेरा वो समा लौटा दो। सब भिजवा दो, मेरा वो समा लौटा दो। एक इजाजत दे दो बस, जब इसको दफनाऊंगी, मैं भी वहीं सो जाऊंगी, मैं भी वहीं सो जाऊंगी।
Thank you. Another classic from the same R.D. Asha Gulzar universe. I think Lata as well in this.
तुझसे नाराज नहीं, जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं, हो हैरान हूँ मैं।
Hope you all are enjoying.
आज अगर भर आई है बूंदें बरस जाएंगी आज अगर भर आई है बूंदें बरस जाएंगी कल क्या पता किसके लिए आंखें तरस जाएंगी ओ जाने कहाँ गुम हुआ कहाँ रखा था
एक आंसू
छुपा के रखा था तुझसे नाराज नहीं जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं ओ हैरान हूँ तेरे मासूम सवालों से परेशान हूँ मैं ओ हैरान हूँ मैं परेशान हूँ मैं ओ हैरान हूँ मैं
Thank you. Another beautiful track. ये वाशु जी का बहुत फेवरेट गीत है. हमें और जीने की चाहत ना होती अगर तुम ना होते.
हमें और जीने की चाहत ना होती हमें और जीने की चाहत ना होती अगर तुम ना होते अगर तुम ना होते हमें और जीने की चाहत ना होती अगर तुम ना होते अगर तुम ना होते हर एक गम तुम्हारा सहेंगे खुशी से करेंगे न शिकवा कभी भी किसी से हर एक गम तुम्हारा सहेंगे खुशी से करेंगे ना शिकवा कभी भी किसी से जहाँ मुझ पे हंसता खुशी मुझ पे रोती अगर तुम ना
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। थोड़ी गज़लें हो गई, अब थोड़ा सा चलिए शोक जिसे कहते हैं ना, मस्ती वाला एक गीत। We do have a few ladies as well, so this one's going out to them.
बाहों में चले आओ, बाहों में चले आओ, हो हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा, हो हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा। ये आज का नहीं मिलन, ये संग है उम्र भर का, बाहों में चले हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा, हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा। हाँ कभी कभी कुछ तो कहो पिया हमसे, कि कम से कम आज तो खुल के मिलो जरा हमसे। बोलो कभी कभी कुछ तो कहो पिया हमसे, हाँ कि कम से कम आज तो खुल के मिलो जरा हमसे। है रात अपनी जो तुम हो अपने, किसी का फिर हमें डर क्या, बाहों में चले आओ, हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा, हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा। हाँ चले ही जाना है नजर चुरा के यूं, फिर थामी थी साजन तूने मेरी कलाई क्यों। बोलो चले ही जाना है नजर चुरा के यूं, हाँ फिर थामी थी साजन तूने मेरी कलाई क्यों। किसी को अपना बना के छोड़ दे, वैसा कोई नहीं करता, बाहों में चले आओ, हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा, हमसे सनम क्या पर्दा। ये आज का नहीं मिलन,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have आज चार्टर्ड अकाउंट डे है, डॉक्टर्स डे है, so we have Dr. Nilay Rajan who would like to say a few words. Okay. हाँ, मैं ले लेती हूँ. So please give it up for Dr. Nilay Rajan.
So it is working? Yeah, good evening. Sorry, actually, it is dinner time. We must not disturb you. But today is State Bank Day also. Okay, आवाज आ रही है? Okay. So today is State Bank Day. और ठीक है, कविता से भी करेंगे. आज हमारे 70 साल हुए और 219 साल भारत की आज़ादी से पहले और आज़ादी के बाद. स्टेट बैंक 219 साल से है. जब इंपीरियल बैंक थे 1 जुलाई 1955 हम भारतीय स्टेट बैंक बने. वी बिकेम स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया एंड टुडे वी आर कंप्लीटिंग 70 years, 7 decades of service to the country across the globe, being the 4th most trusted bank globally, among the top 50 banks across the globe, serving more than 523 million customers. So this is one remarkable achievement. So I didn't want to say this, but then आज जब ढेर सारे दिन की बात हुई तो मुझे लगा स्टेट बैंक डे भी बोलने का बनता है. Regarding कविता इसके लिए नहीं होगा. Now there are few lines which is in English. है ये कविता ही, but इस माहौल में शायद ये कविता नहीं बनेगी. But then let me. I'll just recite one poem which is by one of the senior leader from State Bank of India. Sorry, CD. Very few lines. From humble roots to towering grace. From humble roots to towering grace, SBI has led the nation's pace. 7 decades, a journey ground with every heartbeat of this land. So, a journey grand with every heartbeat of this land, from fields afar to bustling towns, in every smile, in dreams unbound. You have stood a pillar, firm and wise, a nation's hope beneath its skies. So this is what State Bank does. As ये मौका था, so I thought that I must not miss this chance. So all of you have been somehow connected to State Bank of India. I say, okay, there's a little bit of State Bank of India in everybody's life. So thanks for being the part of State Bank Days. Thank you.